Turning now to the runoff presidential elections in El Salvador, the country's Supreme Electoral Tribunal says a former Marxist rebel commander's small lead in the presidential election is irreversible. This as his right-wing challenger continues to declare he is the real winner. The tribunal carefully reviewed vote tally sheets following the unexpectedly tight outcome of Sunday's ballot. CCTV's Franc Contreras joins us now from San Salvador with more on the razor-thin margin dividing the two candidates. Frank?
That's right, Anna. Thanks. This is being called one of the closest elections, not just here in El Salvador, but across Central America. Nothing ever seen like it before. At this stage, I'm speaking to you live from inside the Supreme Electoral Tribunal. This is where on Tuesday, a careful scrutiny of electoral-related documents will take place, those tally sheets you were talking about, and they'll be taking a look at any sort of irregularities that may have taken place during Sunday's election, a presidential election that pitted the right-leaning Arena candidate against the FMLN candidate. FMLN, of course, the rebel group that is now governing this country. Now, the candidate from the right-hand side, Norman Quijano, is claiming that this institution is favoring the FMLN. And so, of course, the institution is coming forward and saying that it's going to do its best to show full transparency and be as credible as possible in the face-off of this very difficult moment in politics here in El Salvador. It's just 6,600 and some votes that actually separate the two sides, and both have already claimed victory. Hours after Sunday's presidential election, El Salvador's current vice president, Salvador Sánchez Serén, says his left-leaning Farabundo Martí National Liberation Front, or FMLN, which now holds the presidency, won another term in office.
We're going to govern for everyone, for those who voted for us and those who did not.
Earlier on election night, with less than 45% of the votes counted, leaders of the right-leaning Nationalist Republican Alliance, or Arena Party, were the first to step out, claiming their candidate, Norman Quijano, had won the presidency. But as the night wore on, Quijano told voters, journalists, and international observers that this election was fraudulent.
From this moment, we are on war footing. Our armed forces are watching over this fraud that is brewing. The FMLN cannot steal this victory from us. We are determined to fight, if necessary, with our lives.
El Salvador's army has taken no position on this election. Meantime, El Salvador's Supreme Electoral Tribunal says Quijano received 49.89% of the vote, and that FMLN Sánchez Serén received slightly more, 50.11%, and calls the results irreversible.
We are before an electoral event in which all the results are verifiable, and that assures us that this election will be credible, transparent, secure, legitimate, and legal.
Still, the president of the Electoral Tribunal says 14 vote tally sheets contain serious inconsistencies, and they must be scrutinized. The inconsistencies range from misconducts due to human error to volunteers possibly cheating in favor of their own party. The tribunal says results will be ready in 3 or 4 days. No one expected this vote to be so close. And now with the ballots cast, both sides are standing by, and this country now, according to political analysts, finds itself in the midst of a political crisis. Anand.